We start tonight with an apology from the CEO of Westwin Elements. Kaylee Long originally told Bryan County residents Monday night that a countersuit against Westwin was dismissed in court. This is the company looking to bring a nickel refinery to Richmond Hill. Now Long is now clarifying one of the counterclaims from CVMR, a metal refining technology provider, was not dismissed. Rather, CVMR says they are countersuing Westwin for infringement of their technology. Discovery on this issue began Monday, the same day as the town hall hosted by Westwin in Richmond Hill. Now Long is asking for forgiveness for her error and sent WSAV this statement, which says in part, quote, "We take accuracy in our public communications seriously. This correction does not change the underlying facts or the procedural history of the case, which are reflected in the public court record," end quote. Now WSAV talked with CVMR President Michael Hargett after that heated town hall Monday. Hargett tells me he's worried Westwin will give this industry a bad name.
For Westwin to fail to create a problem would create a jeopardy for my efforts in developing plants in other parts of the United States. So it's important that we understand what's going on and identify those areas where a more truthful statement needs to be made.
President Michael Hargett tells me CVMR is an over 40-year-old company providing technology to address the refining of metals and the development of new metal forms and products. An expert in his field, Hargett says he's alarmed by Westwin Elements wanting to bring a nickel refinery to Richmond Hill. Would you put a nickel refinery plant at that location here in Richmond Hill?
No.
Most of all, he doesn't understand their reason for eyeing the Caesarstone property, with schools, homes, and major highways nearby.
That makes for a bad combination for siting a hazardous facility. So to that end, that's bad enough, but then we put on top of that the fact that there are certain environmental or ecological issues to be addressed here.
Westwin CEO Kaylee Long says there are no negative impacts reported at nickel refinery locations in the United Kingdom and in Canada. You said no negative impacts, but where is that data coming from?
Well, it's hard to prove the absence of something. There is no record.
But Hargett still says Richmond Hill isn't an acceptable location.
This is a sensitive area and a beautiful area that could be significantly impacted by a plant of this nature were there to be any problems.
You can view the full details of this lawsuit and the full statement from Westwin Elements on our website or the WSAV Now app. Continuing our coverage now on the Oglethorpe Mall shooting case, all 6 suspects were back in court, but the case is still not ready to move forward. The suspects face multiple charges, including felony murder in the July 2nd mall shootout. One bystander later died from her heart complications. At today's hearing, prosecutors and defense attorneys said they're still waiting on key evidence, including GBI ballistics tests, a gang expert report as well. Defense lawmakers said they can't fully prepare or challenge the case without it, with some requesting more time to file motions. The judge did not set a trial date, but outlined deadlines for reports and motions.
One needs to understand that we do have a whole lot of moving parts here. Though we may want certain things to be done as expeditiously as possible, we are dealing with other sources and forces that we don't control.
The judge set a 20-day deadline for the state to provide key scientific and forensic reports, allowing all 6 defendant attorneys to file any additional motions if needed. Well, new tonight, 2 arrests have been made in connection with an armed robbery in Savannah. Savannah police arrested 20-year-old Tyquan Floyd and 18-year-old Ryan Scott in connection with an armed robbery on Tuskegee Street yesterday afternoon. Officials say the incident happened around 3:05 p.m. during a meetup for an online sale, and unfortunately, no one was injured. Both suspects were questioned and later charged with armed robbery, with Scott also facing a charge of aggravated assault. Well, the Federal Bureau of Investigation Atlanta announced they have arrested 55 of the 56 people indicted in a large-scale drug trafficking case in Glynn County and St. Simons Island. They're calling the case Powder Island, and it's been going on since 2023. The case includes over 150 officers across Georgia's coast, including Glynn County Police and Sheriff's Department, Brunswick Police, and FBI Atlanta. FBI Atlanta Assistant Special Agent in charge Brian Osden says the drugs such as meth, fentanyl, cocaine, and more were being sourced from Los Angeles, Miami, Jacksonville, and Atlanta. One suspect was shipping in drugs overseas as well. Osden says SWAT teams from FBI Atlanta and Jacksonville conducted dangerous arrests throughout the morning.
Anytime you arrest this number of folks and have this long and this wide ranging of an operation, it's going to have an effect. I mean, it's obviously, it talks to the ones who are arrested, but it also shows others that are attempting to commit these crimes that this won't be tolerated. So I think it has a tremendous effect, and it's really just a testament to the work effort done by law enforcement in this area.
Austin says he expects the last suspect to turn herself in tomorrow. Officials are asking if you see anything suspicious to call them at 1-800-225-5324. And new details are coming in about when a tugboat pushing a construction barge struck the center of the Talmadge Bridge, causing thousands of dollars in damage last summer. On August 1st, 2025, the tug, Lona Myrick, was pushing a barge loaded with a large crawler crane up the Savannah River. As it passed under the Talmadge Bridge, the crane's boom struck the center of the bridge, collapsing onto the barge and sending part of the equipment into the river. No one was injured and there were no reports of pollution, but the bridge was closed for about 3 hours while engineers assessed the damage. Estimates put repairs near $450,000. The Coast Guard found the incident was caused by a series of mistakes. The crane operator gave the wrong boom length, leading the tug master to believe the barge would clear the bridge. Additionally, safety policies and navigation assessments were either incomplete or not logged, contributing to the collision. Investigators say the incident highlights the importance of accurate communication and safety procedures on the water. No injuries were reported and repairs to the bridge and barge have been completed. Well, the hostess city was in the spotlight today as local leaders descended on Atlanta for Savannah Chatham Day. It was a chance for our local and state officials to meet face-to-face, hoping to bring back real change to the coastal empire. WSAV's Tina Tyus-Shaw and Ben Singer were there.
Savannah is called the hostess city. Why? Well, for many reasons. One, right here in Atlanta, Savannah has taken over. More than 1,000 people attended the Savannah Chatham Day. This is a big deal as we celebrate here at the Georgia Railroad Freight Depot.
And this is a gathering that's been going on since the late 90s, we were told today. This is put on by the Savannah Chamber. It's a gathering of business leaders and lawmakers and all sorts of people, faith communities, people who love Savannah and have come to Atlanta to advocate on behalf of what they feel our region needs. So these last few days have been full of meetings with key stakeholders to try to push home the Savannah message.
And that message resonates with many of our viewers. Listen, we're talking tourism, we're talking education, we're talking housing, and really bringing home the biggest pot possible for Savannah from our lawmakers.
And sometimes this is the sort of capstone of things that people have been working on for weeks and weeks. I talked to Brett Bell, the city manager of Tybee Island today. They were hoping for a little money for beach renourishment that wasn't being covered by the federal renourishment. We're talking about the north end of Tybee, the Savannah River area where really the dudes need some serious work there, and they were happy to report to us today that they were awarded $1 million to help do that project. So it was this face-to-face meeting that really pushed that want and that ask over the edge.
And now the face-to-face is everyone mingling, enjoying food from a staple in Savannah. Barnes has served here forever, with the exception of 2 years. We talked to Hugh Barnes earlier, and you have to know what's on the menu, right? We had oysters, shrimp, also the famous Barnes barbecue.
So you're probably wondering what's next. Well, that's what our job will be as well. We're going to make sure that the folks that came here for some key meetings tell us how those went, and in the days and weeks ahead, we'll be reporting on the progress made. So stay tuned.